おめでとう博士。まずは乾杯。乾杯。
Hey, happy Friday. We made it to Friday. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good out there. We are going to talk a little bit here tonight about superheroes and kaiju here on Coffee and Kaiju Presents Cocktail Night, which is the spin-off of the successful Coffee and Kaiju streaming series. Perhaps you've seen it. It stars Balky Bartokomous and cousin Larry Appleton. It's very good. With me tonight, we got... Who do we got? Hang on. We got some people. We got this guy.
What's
Hey,
up?
buddy. How you doing,
How's it going,
buddy?
man? I'm good.
We got other people. Look who else is here.
Oh man, he got the
Regular.
best
Hello.
music. He got the best music.
I know. I didn't have time to think of a good theme for you. I'll have one for you at some point. Don't you worry.
I don't mind that one.
No, yours is good. I know. I need to get a really good one for Rich. And of course, my podcast co-host extraordinaire, Dutch, is here.
Oh, that's appropriate.
That's right. And we can't do a cocktail hour without this guy.
I love that creature music. I love it. It's great. I think that's the best music. Thank you so much.
I thought that was from King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right. I'm mistaken. It is. From
Yeah,
King
come
Kong
on,
versus
Rich.
Godzilla.
It could
You're
be two
right.
things.
Hey, both work for me just fine, and I
Yeah, that's
appreciate
right.
you for that.
Thanks for tuning in, Goodyerosaurus. Appreciate it. Charles, always
What's up,
appreciate
Chuck?
you tuning in.
Chuck's awesome.
How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Everybody have a successful week working for the man?
Made
Not
it to the
really.
weekend.
That's right. I am drinking a Golden Monkey. Cheers.
What's a golden monkey?
You always
Oh,
are drinking a golden monkey, aren't
You
you?
know, it's either Golden Monkey or Hams. But I also have my custom. This is my
There is
custom Stunticon.
Such a wide gulf between Victory Golden Monkey and Hams, dude.
There is. There's about 3.5% ABV gulf between Golden Monkey and Hams. This is 9.5%. So it's a tasty treat. If you've never had it, I recommend picking it
I'll
up.
try it. Check it out.
I know, Mike, you've had it before.
I've
back
had it.
in your,
I've had-
in your.
Yeah,
Brian,
back in my drinking days.
You and I.
I brought it to G Fest. Yeah.
You and
Yeah.
I brought a bunch of craft beer and forced. people
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
drink.
I brought some to
You
G
brought a
Fest.
lot of that to Monster Mania too.
Yes. That was the beer of Monster Mania.
Yes, that's
Which
where
is-
I had it.
Which is going on this weekend in Cherry Hill.
Wow.
Yeah. Always fun, Monster Mania, back in the day.
Look at you guys
Oh.
bringing craft beer to G-Fest. My thing is just go to the grocery store or the liquor store, get a big bottle of Maker's Mark and get some ice from the ice maker in the hallway and make some that's easy peasy.
See,
Last
Yeah,
one.
that's good.
What I always would do is I would try to find a type of craft beer that poor Nev could drink.
That's why he loves
He would
Hams.
enjoy, and his poor guts would be able to handle.
Yeah, he can't handle it.
Right on.
So,
Nev can't be with us tonight, by the way. He was
Oh, damn it.
invited, but he's got plans. Friday nights are tough for Nev. Kaiju Battle, thanks for joining.
What's up, Mike
Appreciate
Farah?
I never know the people's real names. I'm glad
That's Mike.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, David.
Oh yeah.
Before we
David's
get kicked off,
David's the expert.
I know you are. David remembers. I'm so bad with names and faces. It's terrible. Before we kick off, talking about kaijus and superheroes, and we're going to talk some Fantastic Four and Superman because they're very, very, very slightly kaiju related. We're
Very
gonna,
slightly.
three of the five of us have new purchases recently. So, Mike, you want to go? Let me put Mike on the big screen there. There you go, Mike. You got the cool new purchase that I've seen a ton of, but I want to see it.
You know,
in
it's
hand.
really wild how everyone's just really into this one.
It's awesome. That's why.
He's
Yeah,
like,
it's a long time coming.
yeah, and he's been
Yeah,
all
it's
over
cool.
the place, like all over the groups. Everyone's getting it, and everyone's really excited about it. So that's kind of nice to see from a new Bandai, because that's all I collect now. Luckily, I can afford to really get back into Bandai again. So
Yay!
I got a new job. I haven't started yet,
Yeah.
but me
Congrats.
and my wife got new jobs starting in
Outstanding.
September. So
Nice.
I will be going back to G-Fest next year. I can start traveling. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed. I can actually my collection's
that.
my collection's not gonna explode. I'm still trying to
that's
get
good.
rid of some Sofubi I don't need, but I'm gonna stick with Bandai because that's where my bread and butter is, pretty much.
That's where we all started. The Bandai is the OG. That's my first foray into collecting as an adult was Bandai. The 1984 small scale Bandai Godzilla I got at Kim's Underground Video for $5 in 1988.
Was there anyone here who did not start with Bandai?
Probably not.
I'm just curious. Mine was Hedra. but
Yeah, no.
ties into what Mike's showing. Mine was a Hedra from Club That Kaiju.
Oh right, Club That Kaiju. Yep.
Yeah, so there's that. I got a few others on pre-order, and of course this
Yeah, we all have to
yeah.
have that.
came
yes.
came a few weekends ago. I finally
It's
finished
incredible.
it. I mean,
Mine's-
this thing is huge. You can
mine's
kill
is
someone
better.
with this son of a bitch. I'm not even done with it, but it's a really great book. I think it's like
It's
one of the best ones ever done.
So good. Yeah, it's
I mean,
incredible.
It's their masterpiece. Absolutely.
It's one of the top 3 must-have English language kaiju books. Monster.
Okay,
books.
so what are the other two, David?
5.
Well, for me personally, I think Sean Lincolnback's poster book
Okay.
is one that I go to all the time, and I love looking at that one. And also August Rigoni's Subaraya Master of Monsters. Those are my 3 that I absolutely love. They're accessible. There's not too much unnecessary stuff in there. It's just very, those 3 to me, including this new one, which I just received as well. And I don't. Yes, thank you, Quintessential. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, it's funny enough, we're actually doing on our next episode of Collect All Monsters, which is the 16th Saturday. We're doing a episode. We're devoting our episode to books, kaiju books.
Oh,
nice.
You might want to tune in. So we're going to talk about all of that stuff and
Toy books or books?
toy books. Now I know what Rich is going to say, or
Nope,
you're
I'm
going to
saying
say the one that Yuji did from M1, the
Godzilla Toy Museum.
Toy Museum, yeah.
But I said English language books, didn't I?
So Sean's original book.
Correct. Well,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
There you
that's a
go.
good book, too.
There's a couple other really great ones too.
Well, Sean's
First
original
book
book is great. Sean's original book is great, but it needs to be updated. It's a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
and
Could
the
you
stuff
imagine
that's
how
in
thick
there-
that thing would be if he updated it?
Yeah.
How much
Yeah, the
has
thing that's
changed
great
in the
about-
past 30 years?
The thing
Now-
that's great about
now-
Sean's book now is if you look at it, and it's not a comment on Sean himself, is you look at the things he missed. So if you just look at the vintage stuff like Marzon or Bullmark, the figures that are not listed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no, he
That
needs to do that again,
that's where
or
that
someone
book's
needs to
so
do that
fun
again.
interesting.
And the
You know,
and the
there's that-
prices.
well, I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
if that's-
Oh yeah, the
You can't
price
even-
list
you
has to
can't
be
even-
updated and upgraded and all that stuff. But can we talk about the elephant in the room for a second? People are, well, not everybody, but there's certain collectors are very upset that the Monsterverse and the American films are not included in that book.
Yeah, but
Are
it's
they?
not a,
There-
it's
there was-
not a-
There's
There's a reason for that though, and it's not because of the authors.
Yeah.
No, I
don't-
know that. I know that.
This is-
But
This is
but
why I'm not on groups anymore because
yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like
People,
there's
man.
so much like banter back and forth about it. Personally, I love that it's not in there for
No, me
whatever
too.
reason. John, like I think it's not necessary in this particular book. They should
It's a-
maybe do another one that includes all that stuff. But for me,
It's
Yeah.
a book about the
Maybe-
Japanese Godzilla series.
exactly.
No, yeah,
Thank you,
Yeah.
Brian.
Like,
That's what I was gonna
I mean,
say.
Yes.
pretty
If
simple.
you're upset about it, write the book.
Yeah, if there was a MonsterVerse book that didn't include the Godzilla movies made in Japan, I would be like, okay, well, this is a MonsterVerse
I mean-
book, not a.
All
Well,
the
that's-
Monsterverse
there
books
was-
have
there was
gotten
no-
they've gotten our book.
But I'm a rational person.
You
so-
guys just in 2 seconds just shut down all the arguments because
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be in that book. And,
Yeah,
and
As
I-
I mean,
we
that's-
as we have seen, anybody can self-publish a book. So I mean,
they can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go
and
for it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Kickstart it, get it
Yeah.
paid for. Hope Toho doesn't sue you, and have a great time.
There's been
Exactly.
more that I've seen about those films too.
And like I said, like I know that they wanted to mention it because it was supposed to be all encompassing, but you can only, if you're not going to get the cooperation of some of the parties involved, I mean, what can you do? You do the best you can.
And at
You
some
do it
point,
right. They didn't want to do it half-assed. They wanted to do it just like the treatment that they used all the other Japanese films in the book, which is amazing, by the way. And they didn't want to like do it half-assed. So
and there's a point where it's going to be a $200 book instead of a $60 book.
I think you put the monster
publishing. I get.
Discount it.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty near perfect book for what it is.
All right, David, what did you said you had just recently picked up something, so let's see it.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Mike, you weren't done. Did you have more to show us?
No, just the Bandai in the book. That was it.
I need that Bandai too. So yes, thank you. We all sort of like egg each other on, and I do need that Bandai. All right. So the last stream I was on, we talked about weird collectibles, and I think this is pretty weird. It's pretty awesome and pretty weird. And I got somebody picked this up for me at G-Fest. The M1 Planet X Citizen Trike, and I think it's just amazing. I mean,
I've got one on the way.
I actually think this is my all-time favorite trike that they've done so far because it's just so whimsical, and it's actually not the controller. Some people mistakenly say it's the controller. It's the character, one of the henchmen that Bin Fuyura, who played Ultraman. He was in that. He had a cameo in that as one of the henchmen. So that's him because it's his likeness.
I was going to say that very distinctively looks like Bin Furuya.
It kind of does. Yeah, it really does. And so he was there. Sort of like promoting it at, not that he needed to. They sold out like in 3 seconds at Wonderfest, so he actually comes off too, which is
that's cool.
The box was in the sun for a while and it got really hot, so the vinyl's a little bit loose. This is mostly for Richard. We talked about our love for a company called Yamal Mark, who makes these really whimsical, awesome, smaller scale Japanese toys that are a little bit pricey, but they're sort of affordable. And I got the Chandler glow in the dark.
Beautiful. Look at this.
That's cool.
And again, these are so great, as Rich will tell you. They're kind of accessible, little pricey, but they're awesome, and they're small scale and they fit into the collection really well. So,
looks a bit like a Popey.
What the hell is that?
It's got Popey colors for sure. Like it looks like
colors. They do colors that no one else does. Because you'll see. And I'm not picking any company in particular, but you'll see a company that'll do a new color scheme that's pretty cool, and then 2 other ones will do it like several months later. And they've done so, especially honestly those sushi ones like you like, Dave.
Oh, I love the sushi ones. The sushi ones.
The colors on some of those,
it's amazing. It's just amazing.
A couple of the Ultraman ones that are out of print now, or whatever you want to say, not being produced anymore. Just the colors are so beautiful.
I love that.
It's a good, solid, hard vinyl. They're maybe 5 inches tall.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 inches.
And unless it's one of their really early Ultraman related ones, under $100, easy. Ship.
And they come in different scales too. There's giant ones. There's ones that are a little bit smaller. But this is sort of the standard, sort of mid-size, 5 to 6 inch ones that are great. And I know, Rich, you got a Ragon. I'm sure you'll show him. But I got one more thing that I was on my Grail list for a long time, and finally I was able to have someone kind enough to sell me one from their collection. It's Nicholas Lestang Godzilla figure.
What the hell? That's awesome.
And I absolutely love. For some reason, this one really speaks to me because it kind of looks like a storyboard to me.
Oh, it's totally a storyboard figure.
He's a storyboard, and he's got the little dorsal plates. And the greatest thing about this particular variant, guys, is it comes with a little Maneki Neko Godzilla minifigure that comes with it.
Cool.
So that's kind of
cool.
weird. But this company, this designer, Nicholas Lestang, he has very limited runs of these figures. I think there's like 50 of these or 75, like a really super limited run. And they do those auctions, the lotteries. I can't stand the lotteries. So let me see if I can try to win something I'm going to pay an arm and a leg for. No, I can't do it. But I tried anyway because I really wanted this, and I lost. There was 3 variants. I lost all 3. But I ended up getting my favorite one, and thanks to Alex Sawyer for being kind enough to sell me this one. So I really appreciate that. And that's pretty much it for. I got other stuff, but that's enough for me.
Well, Rich, I know you have something cool.
I've got a couple of things I'll show. I've got some other stuff, but these are the coolest ones. It's an obvious one to go back on what David said. Is I got a Yama Mark Raygon, but he's
a grail. I need that guy.
It's a great figure. I've got two other versions, but this is what I've been looking for because the short version is the mold version. There are two of them. One of them, the most common version, which I can pull out, has a nuclear weapon on his
he's
arm.
got the bomb on there.
Yeah, but there's another version that does not. And I'm more of an Ultra. I don't really collect Ultraman, but I collect Ultra Q.
So you want the female version,
right? Exactly. Which is why I love. Honestly, that's why I love the M1 Raygon as the female. If no one's noticed that, the M1 Raygon is the Ultra Q Raygon. So I've been looking.
I respect my vinyl figures' privacy. I don't.
If they're in my house, they have no privacy. But anyway, yeah, I've been looking for this one for a little while, and I finally found it at a price that I considered reasonable. So I picked that up. And the other one I picked up, again, it's a weird one.
It's awesome.
Is the Sikuluna Godzilla.
Oh, yep, that's great.
It doesn't it not
that's cool.
One way look like what a lot of people go crazy over these days? But it was made in 2017. It's based on a 1955 manga Godzilla where Godzilla got into professional wrestling. I kid you not. It's a great comedic little manga that's been collected. He comes in a box. It comes with a box, not in a box. He comes bagged, but with a little box with an accessory figure. And I've wanted him for a while. He's a little pricey now, which, well, not compared to what like a lot of things go for today. If you find him, you're going to pay probably between $300 and $400 for him now.
Jeez.
But yeah, but I mean, considering
I know it's all relative, yeah.
Right, exactly. But you know, his head rotates in a funny kind of cute way, and I've wanted him for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger on him. It's
Congrats.
a complete set.
Hey, he's cool. I like him.
And both of them are things I talked about last time we got together about weird things you want in your collection, and these were two things that to me were holes in the weird part of what I collect. So
I'm all about the weird. The weird is in, man. That's you want to get things that I like, things that people don't normally go for that I find interesting.
I like watching the vintage rare weird things like that I don't know how many people out here know about it, but there's a Marzan Minya that's erupting out of an egg, and it's a wind-up toy.
Yeah.
Hard as shit. Can I say shit? Hard as hell to find.
It's a happy hour. You say
the 7 words you can't say on TV, you can say them on the internet, though.
Yeah.
So you can say them
there's
here.
one up on Yahoo Japan right now, and I know I'm not gonna be able to afford it, but I'm just watching it. I mean, it's already, you know how these things are. It's the last 5 minutes when people start going. Still got a few days left, and it's over $500. It's gonna be
It's gonna be like 5-10 times that amount when it's done.
But and it's not in great condition, but it's one of those toys.
But it's like the suit, one of the rarest they've ever. It's like
it's weird and it's different and it's pretty cool, I think.
And it's
I'm watching it
just
for I love watching the old toys to see what they do. Just because I mean, how often do you even see things like? I mean. That one. How often? I mean, people talk about how rare the the Bullmark Mothra larva is, but this is nothing compared to this one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is, Rich and guys. It's like people don't realize that some of this vintage stuff you can pick it up for less than some of this new designer expensive.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so like compared to that, it's like, wait a minute. I've always wanted this figure, and I could pick this up instead of getting the new whatever. Not there's anything wrong with those either, but it's just you have to. And I have one question. If you don't mind indulging me, I'm at the point now, and in my collecting journey, and I know all of you have a lot of stuff. I know, Mike, you're changing, your journey is shifting, but what do you guys do when you have no more space? The money is limited. These things are becoming more expensive than ever, and they're harder to get. Like, what how do you choose? Like, what do you do? Like, I'm at the point now, like, where my tower of Sofubi is completely full.
Right.
And if I don't do one in, one out, I can't fit anything else in there.
You've always kind of had that philosophy, one in, one out. You've mentioned that for years.
Yeah, but I never really adopted my own philosophy until now. Now it's like absolutely necessary. It was only a theory back then, Mike, but now it's like,
oh, gotcha.
And I know John does model kits, and model kits are very expensive and they take up a lot of room. Oh my God.
Yes, but I don't ask questions. I just get it.
You just get it. And then
I now ask questions later.
For it. But what do you do when you can't put it somewhere? We can't display it.
Well, it's either in that cabinet over there with the misfit, the model, the cabinet of unfinished misfit models, or it's in that closet over there in a box, or it's over there in the living room or on a table somewhere. So,
well, that sounds sort of like mine. I've got a misfit, mismatched cabinet behind me with things in there that I haven't built that I need to build. But I don't even know. I have no. Like, for example, if they do another gigantic, I can't fit it anywhere.
Funny enough, Dave. Funny enough. I'm sorry, Richard. Funny enough, Dave.
Please.
I very recently. I don't know if I told you. I did acquire a Grail kit, the first Kaiju Freaks King Ghidorah.
Yes, you did, which is a huge kit.
Yes, the one with, the neck is like bent backward. I mean, I love both of them, but that was the one I wanted very badly, and I got it at an amazing deal.
No.
That was some months back. It was some months back.
So for me with newer things, there's so many new, whatever you want to call a new company, I just don't bother with.
Same here.
It gets to the it gets to the lottery thing you were talking about, right?
But doesn't some of it appeal to you though, Rich? Doesn't some of it I love that?
Yeah, it all appeals to me.
Like this guy. He really spoke to me, and I really tried my damnedest to win the effing lotteries, and I didn't win it.
Yeah, but Secret Base, for example, I love their stuff. Great stuff. But I mean, they released that Mecha Godzilla in the Godzilla. It's like beautiful toy. I mean, and this isn't even talking about the NAG stuff, but it got to the point where, if I really had to say what I really enjoy, do I enjoy? And I say this with all these things behind me. Do I enjoy art toys for adults, or do I enjoy toys?
Yes.
And when you add to that a lot of these toys, and this has changed actually recently, but when a lot of those toys cost more than some of the mid-range, the high-range vintage actual toys.
Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, what do I prefer? Now I say it's changed recently because suddenly, some of the people care a lot more about, like, for example, I say it's because I'm looking at them right now. Which Maruzan Godzilla is it? And there's some that are like pushing over $1,000 now. So some of this has changed, but
it's just a question that I had for you guys, because you guys
it's manufactured rarity versus what's really hard to find and interesting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
We did a series on the show called Collecting Conundrums where we discussed this in detail. But I wanted to I like to get everybody's perspective on it, because Brian, you posted something in several groups, including Collect on Monsters, where you showed your entire collection downstairs. People were blown away by that. Like, you have a lot of stuff. I didn't know you had that much stuff.
Yeah, I have a lot of shit, and I'm out of room. But like more than being out of room, I mean, I'm not really, but like, dude, I'm just not gonna spend like $500 on a figure anymore. Like I collect. You know what I've been collecting lately? Just to answer your question on what I've been collecting, I've been collecting the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. So like I've just moved on to something.
Especially the Mirage ones. Those are awesome.
Yeah, those are and that's like. I just moved on to like something else because I have so many other, like, Godzilla is obviously going to be 99% of this room, but in the other space that I have, I mean, you can see, hang on, I have a butt ton of Transformers,
yeah, you've got other stuff than Godzilla too, and that's why you've got like the quantity that you have, because you didn't just sort of focus on Godzilla and Ultraman. I don't even know if you collect Ultraman, do you, or not? Not really.
I have a few Ultraman things, but nothing. I have like a few Ultraman figures, and I have a Gyrus. But like, yeah, nothing really.
No, but it was very people were like kind of blown away because they had never seen your collection in its entirety like that, or that part of your collection. I'm sure there's more in different spots, but I know for a fact that Mike Russo, you've been selling a lot of your sort of like marmots, because I know John Bumpus
Thanks,
has
Mike.
been purchasing some, and I'm like, oh wait, he was selling that. That's awesome. Like he's really stoked that he's getting some awesome things from you, and he's very very happy.
Sometimes life forces you to change how you collect. I mean,
Totally.
out of the five of you, I know John. You've known me really the longest in terms of actual friendship, and you know how I used to collect, John. It used to be the way Mike Ross collects now. Like, I don't have this, I'm buying it. I don't have this, I'm buying it.
Buying it.
Yep, but I would go home with like suitcases of just tons of Godzilla stuff. X plus, didn't matter, vintage, marmot. But when you get married, you have a kid, and you work a profession that's not the most high paying, you can't keep up like that.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
and there's nothing to keep up with. See, that's the problem. There's no keeping up. It's what you want. It's what you like. You like to get that stuff, and you can afford it.
What also happened to me is I lost my job last year, and we were in a really bad spot. And I'm like, okay, well, I have a ton of stuff that's in storage. I can't display things right now. The plan was always to finally do it one day, but then it got to the point where, okay, we need money right now. What am I going to sell? And I looked at, I had a complete Vinyl Paradise, complete Power Baby, complete Monster Heaven. I'm like, I love this stuff. I have everything from these lines, but if I sell this, I can make $1,000 on it. And once you drop one big figure from one of those lines, it's like, oh, so do I need the others? And then it went. Like my first big one was the Pilot Ace King Ghidorah, which I made almost like $5,000 on. And then it's like, well, if I can make that much,
insane. That is so insane.
I sold two over the years like a jerk off.
That's my Bullmark Mothra larva I need to finish.
And I sold the Pilot Ace Rodan, which was like almost as much.
I was eyeing that one up from it too.
So crazy.
I sold it.
Mike, do you still have the Marmot 72 Godzilla kit though?
I won't sell that.
Damn it!
Wait, that's
the one you built for me, David. Yeah, that's why I won't sell it.
Oh, okay. All right, I understand. No, because you sold me the 66, which is still right behind me, unfinished in that cabinet, which I have to get to.
I didn't do that one. I did John Bumpus's 66. I didn't do yours though.
Well, you showed me your 66 where you kind of used like the that's actually where you turned me on to epoxy sculpt because you used it for like the
flesh. I made the crab.
The lobster meat or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So like, I've wanted. Damn it, I want that 72 Godzilla so bad.
And eventually, it got to the point where I thought to myself, okay, I sold enough. Am I really a Sofubi collector anymore?
Yes.
Do I need it? Yes, to an extent, because there are things I'm not going to get rid of, which is like majority of my Gigabrains, my most sentimental marmots, things like the M1 Titanosaurus. Like that was a big one in my youth. Oh. There are things I'm not going to sell, but Power Babies are all gone. Vinyl Paradise is mostly all gone.
Kumonga. I don't have a Kumonga.
The only Paradise Baby Power Babies I held on to, the Hedera collection and an Anguillus I got from Brian a few years ago. That's it.
I kind of love this. I kind of love this because I don't care one way or the other about Gigabrain. I've got two. I've got like, of course, a 62, and I've got like, Zone Fighter.
I got like
how many Zone Fighters you get? But
I love old Gigabrain.
Vinyl Paradise, like which is this whole wall down here, I will like fight you for a Vinyl Paradise figure.
It's funny, Richard, because like I see all the GMK M1 variants that you have behind.
I'm missing one of them,
and like that. That's if we're talking about like figures we would never part with, the original brown one, which I believe I can see right over your right shoulder next to Akane. Yep, right that's one of my favorite figures ever made.
That when that came out with the GMK movie with the Mothra and the Baragon, that was just like
it was game changing. Yeah, that
I pretty much I love any GMK Godzilla. Like I'm all about it.
I still, to this day, the Bandai Hyper Hobby glitter one is like...
I love that figure.
Perfect figure.
Yeah, so I basically decided, you know what? The Forevers in my collection, no matter what, are going to be vintage because I would never get that shit ever again.
Toys.
And the Bandais, because Bandais, my parents bought me those. They go back to my childhood, and I have like up until about 2007. I pretty much have all of it.
Wow.
Now-
And I can't have all of it now because it's just Bandai is just insane
It's
right
insane.
now.
I've
But
got
I-
certain collecting rules that I never sell anything that's a gift,
Right.
or that I picked up in Japan, that I handpicked in Japan. So that's something that I don't do. But John, do you have this guy, GMK? Tease Facto?
I did have that one. Somebody paid me money for it, so I built it for him and sold it to him.
I broke his
But-
tail. He has a
but-
tail on there.
But hang on one second. I'll show you my holy grail
I mean,
GMK
that-
cake. Give me
that-
1 second.
Oh,
I
that
think
sounds like
this
a-
is-
that
this
sounds
is
like
my
a
favorite
pretty good
GMK
gig there,
kit.
man.
All right, while John goes and gets that, let's move on to our.
Well, he
I
does
know.
that,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on, hold on.
I'm never getting invited back again because I
wanted to
Well,
mention
well,
one more
well, he
thing
does
to
that. I
piggyback
gotta
off
remind
David's
Mike that he
present thing.
promised me that whenever he ends up having to send his daughter to college, he's got a Mecha Godzilla and a Megalon. He'll give me a gift.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
All right, Dutch. What do you
We've been
got?
talking about that
So
for years.
for me,
Ah,
this right here is
Oh,
always
yeah.
going to be the one.
Is that the Go Row?
No, this is the
That's awesome.
Atelier G1 did this in resin. This is the vinyl version.
Got
This is the maquette pulled from Fuyuki Shinada's mold of
Okay.
the maquette that he sculpted.
Crap.
So this is like a 1-to-1. I love this freaking thing so much. I really wish, like, as much as I love the suit, I kind of wish that like it had resembled just the maquette a little bit more.
A
But
little more dinosaurian.
I just love me the GMK Godzilla
less,
and
less
thi-
pot belly.
Nice.
Did
but
they
this
did they make kits of like the Varan and the other?
They did. Just
I thought
They-
so.
every
some
part of it.
yeah, those are like really hard to get.
Oh, I totally.
Mike, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say how David mentioned he would never sell a present.
Yeah.
And I don't really have a lot of stuff that's like was a present aside from what my parents bought me. But my big one was the replacement Great Monster Series Ghidorah that my wife bought me from Tim Crane's collection right after we
The
got
Tim
married.
Crane collection. Yeah.
Like, first of all,
That's
since it
all
was
you got to
since it
say
was
right
from
there for the Tim Crane
Tim's collection, you know
But
it's in
Tim-
perfect condition.
yeah.
And my wife splurged, which we couldn't afford to splurge, but she went to him and said, I want to buy this for Mike for Christmas, even though we can't afford it, right after we got married. And that's one of those things that's never going anywhere because
Yeah.
of the two people who were part of getting it for me.
I did the same with this Hazawa Gumi figures. When he was selling those, I pretty much wiped him out on those.
I was
like,
gonna
I got all
say
those Giga Brains.
the Tim Crane collection is now fine wine. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
he should be on here. Where's Tim at?
Yeah,
We
let's
should
get
do- we
Tim
should
on
do
here
it.
when
We
he's
do need to do
He's
a
somewhere
Tasha
drinking
yeah.
wine.
Yeah, probably.
No, he's drinking whiskey.
Well,
We
Tim's
love you.
Tim's
Tim.
gonna be around all next G Fest because he's rooming with me. So
Oh,
There you
anybody
go.
who goes is gonna have lots of Tim time if they want it.
Well,
Tim
I
time.
I
who
think I'm
doesn't
going
have
next
Tim
year.
time?
I think
Yeah.
I'm going next year too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
Good.
All right.
Oh, wow, does
moving
that mean
on.
We're rooming together again.
Maybe.
What?
I don't know. You know what? I never get any alone time anymore in my life, so I may room by myself. We'll
I
have to
actually,
see.
honestly, that's what I do.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that too.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, moving on to kaiju and superheroes, especially
Yeehaw.
considering, yeah, yeehaw. We got back in the day. I mean, Godzilla did fight the Fantastic Four.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
topical,
that's
right?
right. That's right.
This is from the episode where Godzilla got originally shrunk down to the size of like a mouse.
Yeah.
And then he, Dum Dum Dugan from Shield was chasing him. He ended up fighting. He did fight the Fantastic Four at one point. Like I said, he fought the Avengers in his
Mhm.
books. Those comics aren't good, but they're there. They exist. And then
Brian,
of course,
I was half expecting when you said back in the day. I was half expecting to actually hear.
I don't have that queued up for this.
Damn
one.
it!
Yeah, I know. And then of course, currently the Marvel just did a run of stuff, which is
Oh, that's cool.
Great covers.
yeah. the covers are cool. I really like that. That one's
Oh,
awesome.
that's
That's awesome.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
that one's really good. Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers again, and the Thor one's really good.
Ooh, there's a
yeah.
GMK.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is cool.
So
and
Godzilla's
he-
fighting both DC and Marvel currently.
Yes, exactly. And
Dude.
DC actually has a line of toys out. You can get the Superman Godzilla pack, which I haven't seen yet in stores. I did see this one, and I had it in my hand. I've almost made it. Yeah, I was like 90% of the way to the register, and then I kind of put it down. I was like, I don't need this.
Of all people, Brian, you're the one who said I don't need this.
Yeah, so I put it down.
Oh,
but yeah,
won't be long until
cool.
Ninja Turtles too.
Yeah. It's just honestly, with this stuff here, with these two, this is a space thing, honestly, because it's like, this is neat, but like, what am I going to move somewhere to put this somewhere? For $50, if you get them both, it's $100, and $100 isn't much in the realm of Godzilla collecting, but So what really made me think of this topic was both Fantastic Four now in theaters and Superman now in theaters. Both have some kaiju-centric. Superman much more so than Fantastic Four, although I'm going to start with Fantastic Four because me and Dutch do a podcast together. If you don't know, it's called Gen X Lounge. We review movies and pop culture, and we talk about shit from back in the day, which I wish I had that cue again.
But mostly we just shoot the shit.
And Dutch, you weren't on the Fantastic Four episode.
I was not.
So I'm curious what your take is, everybody's take is, on what Fantastic Four you thought of it. But interesting to me was that with Galactus, we did get probably the closest thing we'll probably ever get to a Marvel movie kaiju scene. When he came up out of the water and when he walked past the Statue of Liberty and all that stuff, I thought that was really, really cool.
I loved it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we don't need to just talk about the kaiju stuff. Fuck it. It's a happy hour. We talk about whatever we want. So, just your thoughts on the movie in general as a group. I personally liked both Superman and Fantastic Four. I give the edge a little bit to Fantastic Four, which, but that's because I like them more. I see your face, Dutch. But yeah, Dutch, what do you think of Fantastic Four? Since I didn't get to talk to you about it on the podcast.
It's all right. It was fine.
Wow.
I didn't love it. I didn't love it at all. I didn't hate it. Didn't hate it though. It was. I thought it was fine. It was just kind of a bunch of scenes that happened, and like there were a lot. There's a lot. I love the aesthetic. I love the family dynamic that was portrayed. The cast was great. Kind of just hated the fact that like they did so much with the Shalabal surfer, and then she just disappears, only to just spoilers, only to just reappear. And
like there will be spoilers in this.
This is the second. This is the second Fantastic Four movie where Sue Storm dies and gets resurrected, and in the same movie, the surfer turns on Galactus at the very last possible second and is like, "No, fuck you." Excuse my language. And I thought it was fine. I didn't leave the theater wanting to go see it again. Like I left Superman being like, I have to see that again. And then I saw it again and I'm still going to see it again. So it's like, I loved Superman. And maybe there's a little bit of bias there for whatever reason.
Maybe just a little.
I don't know. But the thing is, the Fantastic Four are my favorite Marvel team.
Yeah, mine
and
too.
they have been for a long time. So it's like, I went into this like, oh my God, this is so cool because we got a Superman movie coming out in July. There's a Fantastic Four movie coming out in July. I hope they are both awesome. And I really loved Superman, much more so. I loved Superman more the second and third time than I did the first time. And Fantastic Four, I just kind of was like, all right, that was fine. Like, I don't hate it by any means. I just thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think, I liked it a lot, but I think I liked it a lot because I liked them so much. You know what I mean? And the stuff with the Silver Surfer and the stuff in outer space, I fucking loved. I thought it was so good.
The space stuff was really well done.
Yeah, the space stuff was rad, and the Silver Surfer was just so awesome.
Julia Gardner was great as that character.
Yeah, she was so good. I wish there was more for her to do. I wish there was more for the Thing to do.
It feels like there's a solid half hour missing out of this movie.
Yeah, I agree. I think so too.
I agree.
That's funny because, not to jump on other people, but
no, go ahead.
Because I agree. I liked it. Obviously, I had a preference between the two, but which doesn't surprise Dutch. I think both you're right. I think both you're right. There's things left out. Like they could have done so much more with, to be short about it, the Thing being Jewish, and that's
Yeah.
like touched upon. But at the same time, I feel they crammed way too much in this movie, and that was if I had because I liked it, but my criticism of it would be like they touched on so many things briefly as they kept going,
and then never really paid it off.
Right, yeah.
Fair enough.
Even
The Marvel
when Johnny
way.
Storm
I
is like
didn't think about it
revealing
that
to
way,
the
but you're not
surfer
wrong.
Their history, when he's
Yeah.
revealing to the surfer history, it's like the turnaround is like sudden insofar as okay, suddenly this is a thing, but then like you're saying, she vanishes and shows back up at the end.
Yeah.
And you knew it was going to happen when
Yeah.
Johnny Storm's like, "Oh, tell my nephew I love him." It's like, okay, we know she's going to show up right here, and it's like, I don't know. And the thing is, I felt similar about Superman too, because like I wanted to see more of the Daily Planet. Like both movies were right around 2 hours, but I was astounded that Fantastic Four actually was a little bit shorter than Superman was.
I think
Both
Superman
those movies
handled the
cram a
pacing
lot
better,
of.
though.
Both of them cram a ton of stuff
Yeah,
into 2 hours. I do feel like Superman flows better.
yeah.
Fantastic Four is more like almost vignettes, like a series of different.
Yeah, it's like a
vignettes or
series of
chapters.
scenes. It's like it's just a scene and then another
Yeah.
scene. But there's not like it didn't feel to me like there was like a whole lot of like narrative thrust to what was going on. If that makes sense.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
And it was interesting to me because, Galactus is your antagonist, but he was never to me like a big villain in the movie.
No,
I mean,
wasn't
he's
built
coming
up.
to do all these things, but like it was more. I mean, to do kaiju, it was more like okay, there's this force of nature, or how do we deal with it? Very much like how you deal with a hurricane that's coming. Southern.
And his rampage scene, as it is, it wasn't a rampage in the
he's just
Godzilla sense, but yeah. Would have been more impressive had they not evacuated the entire city first, to see some like panicked people in the streets and things. Although I did love the fact that they just nonchalantly move everybody into Mole Man's, underground.
Like underground, like of all the places you want to go to,
where the ground to fall on.
Where there's just a sign. There's just a sign in a tunnel that leads to the Mole Man, village or whatever the hell it's called. I love that aesthetic of that movie. That it's just wears its goofiness and it's that retro 60s.
Retro future kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just so cool.
It was a beautiful movie,
and that was definitely the thing that that Fantastic Four and Superman had in common that I did love is the fact that like they absolutely, as you said, like wore the comic bookness of it all on like right on the sleeve and. There wasn't any blinking. Like, yes, Superman is flying around with his red fucking underoos on the outside, and it's awesome, and nobody blinks at it. Nobody makes a dumb comment about it in the movie. It's just there. The Fantastic Four wears their baby blue and white outfits, and it's just accepted, and it's awesome. And I love that about both movies.
And to build on that, we had Crypto and Herbie.
Oh, Crypto.
In 1 month.
I love
Crypto and Herbie.
But I actually liked Herbie. I didn't think I was going to, but I did like Herbie.
I love Herbie. Yeah, he's great.
And of course, who doesn't love Crypto?
Yeah,
except for maybe Christy Nome, but whatever. I
swear to God, one of you guys is gonna make me spit my beer out because that's the second time now.
Yeah, well, I mean, although, I like to see that movie, like Crypto's Revenge. But anyway, I agree with you guys, and I disagree with you guys. I like both of them a lot, and I give Fantastic Four the edge over Superman, and I'll tell you why. I think that you think there's a lot going on in the Fantastic Four. I think there's way too much going on in Superman. There's too many subplots, too many characters where you can't really focus on what really makes this movie sing for me, the chemistry between Clark Kent, aka Superman, and Lois Lane. To me, it's the best relationship those two ever had on film. Personally,
I would agree. I would 100% agree.
Rachel Brosnahan's amazing. I wanted to see more of the realism. Like she wasn't playing dumb. Like I don't know who it is, blah blah blah. I love that was very refreshing. I love that they started out without an origin story. We touched on that before.
Thank God.
But
We don't need to see the Planet
need to
Krypton
see it.
blow up ever again.
Yep.
there was too much going on. It was a modern Hollywood film where the audience, it was kind of insulting that we needed so much going on to keep our interest. Now the Fantastic Four, in contrast, I thought there was less going on. There was more. There was one story pretty much, and again, of course, I love the mid-century, non-period, modern aesthetic. It was amazing. I love that. I love Pedro Pascal. I love the cast.
David, how much did you love Johnny Storm's record player? Because I would buy that record player in a heartbeat.
I would buy every piece of furniture in that house too. I loved everything about
Incredible.
it. And I think that you totally hit it on the head. The problem I had with it is Silver Surfer disappears and then reappears at the end, like conveniently to do what she did. Spoiler. But again, it was like, I thought that was a more streamlined. I didn't think it was vignettes. I thought Superman had vignettes. And I did, I'm as woke as the next person, as anybody on the planet. I think there was more of an attempt to make Superman woke, like in your face. That kind of.
And I didn't get any of that. I was like, why are people think?
Because it just seemed like it was force feeding me something that I know.
David, Superman's first stories was, punching fascists and.
I was gonna say, Superman's been woke as shit since 1938.
Yeah,
true.
He
But this
went
one,
through,
this
he
one
threw
in
a wife
particular
beater out a window at one
was
point.
very, very, very. It was too much going on. Like the alien, the robots in the Fortress of Solitude. You didn't need that.
Yes, you did. Yes, those were awesome.
Get rid of them.
Like
get rid of those, and let's see more of Superman and Lois Lane together. And like you said, let's focus on the the Daily Planet employees. And again, I really did like it. I thought it was good, and I just loved the Fantastic Four a little bit more because of the problems you guys had. I had too, with the Thing needed more stuff to do. They completely underutilized the Silver Surfer, and but other than that, it was a pretty. And I did want to see it again. I want to catch things that I didn't see the first time. I want to see Superman again too, to be perfectly honest with you. But again, I give the edge personally to the Fantastic Four.
I also think Lex Luthor and Superman might have been the best version of Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
But I mean, and I hate saying it because
Dutch,
Gene Hackman.
I know, Dutch. What do you think about that statement, though?
But the end when they're actually talking about the jealousy and everything.
Yeah, on the big screen, as far as the persona goes,
yes,
they got it perfectly, because Lex he is bitterly jealous of Superman. I mean, Lex Luthor in the comics is like a guy who could cure cancer. He could do wonders for the world. And even Superman touched on that. When Superman's like in his face, like getting in his face at the end right before Krypto starts mauling him. Like he's just like, I hope one day for the sake of humanity, you learn it too. And it's like that right there. I was like, you got it.
It's very much to me, that made me think in a very different way, the end of All-Star Superman. Where Lex realizes this is how you see the world every day. And I'm like, that's it.
And like I said, the Superman robots were right out of All-Star.
Right out of All-Star Superman, which is one of the
but I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. And for me as an audience member who wants to see more of Superman instead of the Justice League, I wanted
the Justice Gang.
Yeah, I wanted. I mean, it was okay. Funny. I get the joke.
Guy Gardner for the win, baby.
Guy Gardner was great.
I wanted to see more of Superman and Lois Lane, like the original. That's what I wanted for this one. Then you go on to do all that other stuff. For me,
when the big Kaiju appeared,
I have to say, Guy Gardner, right?
He's awesome.
So just to expand that out, first, Nathan Fillion was perfect casting for Guy Gardner. Yeah. First of all,
he had the douchey look. I loved it.
Right? I mean, and they went with the bowl cut too, right? But I mean, so Justice League International. If we're talking about comics now, when the 1990s were gritty and horrible and Snyderverse, there was Justice League International, and it was fun, and they were having a great time with it. And this guy Gardner was dropped right out of Justice League International.
And you can tell they're going for that with because they had Maxwell Lord in it for a brief amount of time. So.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't what the horrible, stupid things they did to Max Lord later. I mean, maybe that's why I think Superman was close to perfect to me. Just because, I mean, it hit all those tones for me. I mean, Guy Gardner was from exactly the type of comic I needed at that time, and it's faithful to it. Pulling Mr. Terrific and don't even touch upon the fact that he's might not be the most intelligent person in the room.
I suppose if you're coming from it from a perspective of being aware of these characters and knowing the histories of them. I wasn't a big comic reader back in the day, and they were like to me, they were just kind of thrown in there because there was no explanation. They just kind of appeared there. And you see what I'm saying? Like for someone who doesn't see it coming, and I enjoyed some of the banter that they had. I thought it was kind of funny, but it to me, it took away from the focus of what I wanted to see.
You know what it was in some way though? Is very, some people are going to probably beat me for this, but it's very Star Wars in its way, in that way, because there's no beginning. It put you in dropping you in the middle of it.
It put you in an established world.
You got pushed right into the pool, and it was great.
Superheroes.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, that's a good analogy.
A Mighty S. Ray, if you want to be.
But again, my attention span. I'm a little bit older than you guys. I want to see a story, and I don't want. And again, I don't think it did like what some of the other Marvel films did and DC films did. It wasn't just there to set up the next one, which I was worried about, because that happens a lot when you go to see these movies. Okay,
we did get that cameo from Supergirl though.
That's true.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah, but that's awesome. Fine. The stinger or the cameo, that's totally fine. Or as Christine Chapin would say, cameo. She says that on her show a lot. I'll never let her live that one down. But it was, I liked it a lot better than I thought I would. But I absolutely loved, just because we have mid-century modern stuff in our house, and Palm Springs is all mid-century modern, and that whole aesthetic and that time period, that non-time period. And I love the fact that Ben Grimm, they touched on the Jewishness of Ben Grimm. I love that a little bit more, maybe cool, but and I really liked the characters. I cared about them. That they had a great rapport together. And again, they focused a little bit more on the characters that is, instead of all the other stuff. And Galactus was scary, man. I thought he was scary. Like I was kind of scared.
Galactus' first appearance, when his eyes light up in that
the shadow
outer,
it's terrifying.
Man, beautiful.
I have to ask one question because 4 of the 5 of us here have beards. You know what I'm gonna ask? Okay, you know what I'm gonna ask? Yes or no? Did we like that or did we not? Because I wasn't a fan of it.
Like what? Did he had a beard?
On the Thing, yes.
The Thing's beard? No, it's fine. I mean, that's been in the comics before.
I know it has. It just didn't. I was like, I like Ben.
I kind of liked it. Grow? It's like, dude, maybe he's from Seattle.
I was surprised that they would include that in the movie. It's just it was so unnecessary and throwaway, but like I liked it. I
didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was interesting. It was an interesting thing to do.
It was funny, but I was
I would have preferred to see more in him and his girlfriend, or his potential love interest. I would have preferred 10 minutes more of that.
Yeah, me too. That's character built. Yes, I agree with that. Yes. Now, Mike Russo, we're all talking. What did you think? Let's see what you think. Do you agree with me, or do you agree with everybody else?
Well, of course, I'm not into superhero stuff the way you guys are, and I didn't see Superman, so I can't even comment on that.
Okay.
So sorry about that.
But you saw Fantastic Four.
But I saw Fantastic Four, and I liked Fantastic Four. I'm not really equipped to discuss it to the same level as you guys, obviously, but I think they did a really good job with it. I mean, I saw the original one back in 2005. In fact, I think I might have seen that. Dutch, maybe John. I gotta get out of the habit of calling you. We saw that together.
I call him John.
Oh, we did see it in Chicago, didn't we?
We did see it, so it's not like I haven't seen that one.
Well, there was that one. There was the Roger Corman one from '94 that never was officially released.
Yeah,
they were at the
20
premiere.
It's like they
They were in
come
the
out.
movie.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like we get a Fantastic Four movie like every 10 years almost.
yeah.
It was like 94, 05, 15 if you want to count that one, and like
25,
and then 25.
And
But there was also there was Rise of the Silver. You know, The Incredibles was probably still the best Fantastic Four movie that ever came out.
It's funny you mentioned that because we dragged my kid to Fantastic Four without telling her what we were going to go see because she doesn't really care for superhero movies. And when she asked, "What's the Fantastic Four?" and I said to her, "I'm like, you know the Incredibles? It's pretty much the same thing, but they came first."
Yeah.
Did she like it?
No, he didn't like it. I said the characters are pretty much the exact same type of characters too. Only this happened first, and Incredibles took after them. Although I think Incredibles does all of that better personally, but that's just compared to the movies, obviously.
No, yeah, I agree. I think The Incredibles is
not
the best
So
Fantastic Four.
disclaimer here. I'm with Mike. I am not a huge superhero. I like the movies. I'm not a comic book guy. I didn't know any of these things that you guys are referring to. Oh, they showed up. I knew that was coming or saw that coming.
Right.
So my perspective is a little bit different as an older guy who isn't really into this. So the three of you, I would say, I'm more on Mike's camp of the, I appreciate it. I can look at it as a film and do I enjoy it, but not as like someone who really is into this whole genre that much. So I just wanted to give that as a disclaimer. And in the Coachella Valley, Disney opened up a whole community called Cotino, and the clubhouse looks like it's based on the Incredibles house.
Oh,
that's cool.
Really?
That's really cool.
The cheapest place to get there, it's already sold out. A 1-bedroom, 1-bath townhouse is $1.7 million.
Holy shit!
Jesus.
And they built they built a lagoon. They shipped in sand. There's a beach lagoon. I mean, we're going to be able to go as residents of the Coachella Valley once the whole phase is done. We'll be able to go eat in the restaurants, like shop in the gift shops, and go to the beach. But we have to pay like we're going to Disney.
Oh,
but the Incredibles. Can you imagine the clubhouse is basically the Incredibles? That's what they based it on.
So
I actually saw. Wait, Mike, you weren't out there for the Final Wars premiere, were you?
no.
Okay, because all of us who went there, we actually went to see the Incredibles at Universal City Walk. That was pretty cool.
Oh, cool! That's a good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Because that would have come out the exact same time. Yeah, of
it
course.
was that weekend. Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend.
I wish I had. There was nothing stopping me from going. I just chose not to go. I wish I had. Now, 20 years later, I kind of wish I had.
Universal in Florida or in California?
City Walk in California. We were out there for the Final Wars premiere at the Chinese Theater.
Well, next time you're
in
out
04.
here, please come visit.
I will, David. I promised I would come visit you. I mean, you might regret that, but I will come visit you.
And bring some pizza.
Bring a frozen Marucas tomato pie out with me.
Do
Did
it.
we like the
anybody
axolotl kaiju in Superman?
Say again?
Yeah, so
Did we like the
that was
axolotl kaiju?
Yeah, so that's I liked it. I thought it was a pretty neat kaiju. Did you see Attack Peter?
He was adorable.
Was it Attack Peter who said he had drawn something very similar to that? Like a few years prior?
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And he wasn't
either,
mad about it because it is what it is. But
I mean, it seemed to me very much based on, like I said, axolotl. So I can imagine.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of great, and I like the Kirby kaiju that showed up briefly in Fantastic Four from the cover of Fantastic Four *1.
Yep.
Oh, that was
I know enough about it that I recognize.
I can't remember his name. It's something like Goon.
What's the Kirby kaiju? What are we talking about?
Oh shit!
The cover of the original Fantastic Four, they sort of when they're doing in the movie where the guy's doing the exposition dump at the beginning where he's like, you remember the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
They're talking about Mole Man.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the cover of the first issue, basically.
Yeah.
Got it.
Which honestly is a complaint of mine. I would have preferred that they played some sort of battle over that exposition to start the movie. I think that would have been a more interesting way to start. You could have still had the same dialogue, just have them fighting that Mole Man fight from that.
Have something actually happening.
Yeah, because another big complaint of mine in the movie is they don't really use their powers all that much.
Except Sue Storm, who's kind of a badass.
Yeah, she's definitely a
Which she
badass.
is in the
Fantastic
comics.
barely uses his barely at all.
That's one of the things I
Yeah.
loved about the movie was that like they kept Sue Storm is really the most powerful one, and she could pretty well kill you pretty straightforward.
But can she
Yeah.
body Galactus the way she did?
Yes,
that was-
she could. And
I
When
was
her
like-
baby's endangered.
didn't
Yeah,
she do that in the comics at one point?
it's like the equivalent of the
Maybe,
mom
but I
lifting the
don't
car
remember.
off of their child when the kid's trapped.
Yeah.
You know, like you
It
read
totally
the story,
didn't
like,
bother me. She did that. I was like, yes. Yeah,
No, yeah, I liked it.
That's fine.
Did it bother you at all that like Mr. Fantastic can basically stretch like this far? Like Galactus is about to pull him
You
apart,
know,
and like in the 05 or the two movies from the mid 2000s, he's like stretching all around the London Eye and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like he's almost like limitless.
you know,
No, I
think-
like that he has bound. He has sort of.
Yeah,
I would
I
have liked to
think
have seen
I
like a
think it-
giant rubber fist.
Yeah,
And
I
it-
think
Like,
it
yeah, or
bothered
something
me.
like that.
I think it bothered me after the movie more than actually in the movie. Because in the movie, I was much more happy that they kept Reed Richards as not necessarily this do-gooder that everyone wants
No.
to think he is. Because he's always been the best. Reed Richards has always kind of been either a
He's a
jerk
dick.
or kind of
Yeah, no,
neurodivergent.
the best Reed Richards is kind of a dick. And
Yeah, I mean,
And I love Pedro
like-
and if
Pascal.
not a
Pedro
dick, at
Pascal
least
is
kind of
perfect
neurodivergent
casting.
and
Yeah,
he's so
like-
focused on the logic side of his brain.
Yeah,
that things
I
are-
like that.
Perfect casting.
So I really appreciated the. I got
Like, maybe
I
we
guess
should
this is
give
good.
up our
I got carried
baby
away
to
with
save the Earth. I don't know,
characterization
like-
much more than
Yeah.
the fact that
Did any of you older dudes think that Generation X guys think that when he was being stretched, did you have flashbacks to Stretch
Armstrong.
Stretch
Yeah.
Armstrong.
That's
Should
the
have,
only.
but I didn't.
But I had Stretch Monster, which was a lot cooler than
that
Stretch
green
Armstrong.
thing. Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, I
That was-
remember the green guy.
Until you puncture him, Rich, in your bedroom closet, and all that red
It's
goo
like
gets
the
all over your
slime
shoes.
that comes out of
My
him.
mother had a fit. Ooh, I was.
I-
The carpet was never the same.
Oh, the
Yeah.
shag carpet. Forget it. Done.
I do agree. Aside from Sue, I don't think they did enough with their powers, though. And it took to
Yeah.
it takes until the very end of the film to actually get a fight. And
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
agree.
a movie like The Incredibles, which I don't want to compare, but like when you're a kid and you see that, their powers are used like really effectively
All the time,
whenever they're doing something.
Well,
And it's like
That's a good point. Yeah.
my family's favorite anime character is from the show One Piece. That's just something I like, and no, none of you guys.
No, he's a stretchy
But-
man.
The main
I've seen it.
character is like stretchy to like a completely
man.
absurd degree, and he's such a popular character now. And I'm wondering what my kid thinks when we're talking about Mr. Fantastic. He's like he started that whole thing, and she's watching it thinking, so use these powers,
Yeah.
So-
and he doesn't do much with that power.
One
And I
thing
feel like they should push it because they can do that now with these movies. Push these powers.
give it up for
even
the
the
OG
thing-
though. Give it up for Plastic Man. He was the OG.
Oh, I love Plastic Man.
I
yeah.
mean,
So
even
one
the thing
thing-
doesn't even do that much with
So
being
one
the thing.
thing-
And
Yeah. One thing I thought about watching Fantastic Four was they seem to be a lot more, and I like the movie, so this isn't a criticism of anything, but they seemed a lot more conscious of budget than they had in previous Marvel movies to me.
Yeah,
I get-
might
they're
be.
trying to keep
How- how do
budgets
you
Really
feel?
not. I mean, I know there's more CGI there than I realize. I absolutely know that. But
You know what else though? There were
It-
actually
it's,
real
It's
sets,
a lot
which was
more
nice.
about
a lot more practical
family.
practical effects. I think.
It was nice to see
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
on real sets and not in
So-
front of green
so
screens all the time.
I wonder. I have wondered if that didn't have something to do with some of the things we're talking
Maybe.
about.
Disney's
They were much more being
needs to
much more
keep
budget.
budgets down because the movies aren't making what they used to.
Right. Yeah.
This
exactly.
one isn't doing like amazing. I mean, I think
No,
it's
it's
doing
not doing-
okay,
It's
but
doing
if it-
fantastic.
if
No,
it's
no,
if its budget was over 200 million,
I saw it. I heard it. I heard you, Dave.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. But did you guys all realize that both Superman and the Fantastic Four had society and humankind turn on
the
at a
heroes.
dime? Like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
both had that
Completely
aspect
believable, actually, but
where- oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
It-
one baby for the world.
Well,
you
the
know.
Fantastic Four one is I mean, really, come on. Like, I'm surprised
And I-
somebody ran up to her and grabbed that baby.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, you ain't talking compassion into people nowadays.
I
I
mean,
mean, people were pissed at them. Sue went up and was like, "This is my baby," and they were like, "Oh, okay."
You would have literally
not
had
bad
them
anymore.
like they would have been like in an old Frankenstein movie with
Pitchforks
pitchforks
and
with
torches,
pitchforks
yeah.
and
Yeah.
That
torches.
was
She
the
got
most
them on their
unrealistic
side
part of the
again,
entire movie.
really
Well,
But
you know,
conveniently.
in Superman.
Compared to Superman when they were throwing shit at him just when they
Yeah.
found out that, maybe he was a bad guy. They just
But
Maybe
that
his
was all
parents
bad
were-
publicity. That was all bad PR. That's all that was. That was
Fox News, right?
Yep.
And
That was no. I think I like the fact that his parents really were kind of shitty. I like that as a twist. on the
And,
Superman
people got
thing.
upset about that, but that's not.
Oh, dude, I
That's
thought
not
that was
alien to
refreshing.
the- no
I
pun
thought that
intended.
was
That's not-
refreshing.
That was good. Yeah, I like
that's
that.
not alien
Yeah.
to the comics.
John, how
either.
did you feel
No.
about that? Like, how did?
I mean,
how
it's
did
been
that
done
work?
before in the comics.
Yeah, no, and I think if I'm not mistaken, they sort of touched on that with Smallville a little bit.
See, I didn't watch it.
I thought that I would. That's actually, I'll be honest with you, David. That's my dirty little secret as a Superman fan. I never really watched Smallville all that much. I was like, no tights, no flights, no cell. Like, but I would tune in occasionally, like when
You can go
Christopher
back
Reeve
and
was on.
revisit it, maybe now that we. Fine.
I really did over the years. Like I started to, and even like at the end when they started to incorporate like the Justice Society characters, I would watch those episodes. But anyway, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about that because it was kind of, I had almost the same reaction that I did in the Batman when they sort of made Thomas Wayne maybe not the most savory of people, and Martha Wayne became Martha or she was an Arkham and she killed her, or I think she committed suicide or something like that in the
became the
in the
Joker
asylum.
at one point.
So it's like, but you know what? Like, what you gotta like do you gotta do things a little differently each time out. Otherwise, it's like, what's the point of doing them? As long as you stick to the essence. And the reason that I didn't really mind the Jor-El and Lara being kind of like shitty in this one is because that sets up what Pa Kent says to him. It's like, it doesn't matter what they did, like your actions and your choices are what make you who you are. And that doesn't really, I mean, I guess it could work without that being the case, but like what impetus would he have? Like you'd almost have to have people hate him off the bat like they hated Henry Cavill's Superman in those movies. So it's like, and I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah.
I
thought it was refreshing. It took me by surprise because I'm not a comic guy, and I watched that and I'm like, ooh, they're really doing this? This is interesting. And it's an angle that I never even thought, that I didn't see it coming. So in that sense, like not knowing is kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like you got, the three of you probably saw that coming. And a little side note, did you watch the Dean Cain Superman back in the day?
I did. I just hate Dean Cain now.
He's joining ICE now.
I know. All right, David. All right, David. Come on. This is non-political
I'll slide it
show.
back away from that before I start yelling too.
Less said about that.
Yeah,
but it's Superman. It's sort of, there's a segue there. Whatever.
Dean Cain needs his 5 minutes of fame.
It didn't come out of nowhere, David. So
he can hang out with Scott Baio.
Oh God.
That was the Jor-El thing in that movie was like, I like it's like nature versus nurture. I like that. It's good. Like his parents on Earth were good people. His parents on Krypton were shitty people. I like that much more than the Snyder movies where the parents are like, let's send our son baby Jesus to Earth. Because
Superman as but I mean that even goes back to Superman the movie, like him as a messianic figure, like kind of deal. Like that worked like before. I'm kind of tired of seeing that, like him as a Jesus metaphor. Like it really worked in '78. Depending on where
he did it in '78 though.
What's up?
It's not as heavy-handed in '78.
Oh no, it was there. Like it was the story of Moses essentially, and that was kind of like. And even Michael Uslan kind of used that as his pitch to get his college class accredited before he became the rights holder of Batman and stuff like that. So I do want to bring up one thing because Mike mentioned it earlier. The use of powers. That was another thing that I loved in Superman was all the creative ways they showed him using all of his powers, like using his super breath to like get the dog out of the way from the kaiju, from the foot, using the same, like basically being able to exhale his way out of a black hole, and he's pulling crypto with him. And then like, dude, when he goes after like the Lex Luthor's Raptor squad and they're on him and he just starts fucking spinning, and then like in one shot it just zooms in on his goddamn S shield and then just boom 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 boom, like he just like the heat vision just taking all these motherfuckers out. Like awesome. that was just like, I was like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah.
And that was the scene where it's like, this is what he could do. If he
Yeah.
were just this,
Yeah, if he wanted to be Homelander, he could be.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
if
But
you
you
want
know,
the
talking about
choice, I mean,
Jor-El,
And he didn't kill anybody.
and he
Right.
didn't kill anybody.
Thank you. Yes.
Let's give some flowers to Mr. Terrific, because what an awesome character, and what an awesome job by that guy, dude.
Eating a faggy.
He stole the. I loved him, dude. I would watch a full movie of just Mr. Terrific doing.
Might
shit.
get a
He's
TV
awesome.
show, for what I understand.
Yeah, I will watch it because it's awesome.
I love that because they didn't even make any kind of like big deal about he's the smartest in the room. And
Yeah, I like that
He's,
too.
he's goddamn Mr. Terrific.
Terrific.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, that's just Hawk Girl was like.
She's great.
Okay, Brian, you know
Quick
where I
poll.
gotta go
All
with
right,
that.
quick poll.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yep, quick poll.
Hawk Girl's screech. Yay
Good or bad?
or nay?
Wait,
I
what?
thought it was awesome.
Hawk
I
Girl,
love
when she was chasing the dude down the
And
corridors of
just
his
beating
house.
the piss out of people, like doing her
She was
screech.
just
That
screaming.
might have
Like,
been one of my favorite parts of the movie.
yeah, I'm a big yay on the Hawk
like,
Girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
you said
on the-
hot girl. I think it said hot girl. I'm like, who's?
No.
What are you talking
Well, I
about?
mean,
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
you
the
know.
truth fits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because on the other podcast, Brian and I, we encountered
were in
some
the. Well,
resistance.
it was split 50-50 between Hawk Girl Scream being cool and Hawk Girl Scream being terrible. So
I loved it when she was just.
I
Like,
loved it too. I thought it was so fucking great.
That
Yeah,
was
good
her
shit.
moment in the movie.
Yeah, she was awesome, and she did not hesitate to drop that bastard.
No, she's like, I'm not like Superman. Woo. And then she just drops Benjamin Netanyahu to his death.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Is
liking the
anybody
movie
here?
more just talking about it.
Yeah. Is anybody here before we sign off? Is anyone? I think Dutch. Me and you talked about it. Is anyone planning on seeing Shin Godzilla in the theaters in 2 weeks?
I will.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Maybe if it's playing down here. I don't know if it's going to be available to play all the way down here, but I'm not going to go all the way to LA to see it, and I'd have to go alone because Keith does not like Shin Godzilla at all. Like, I'll never forget his response when we went to see it in Seattle. We got out of the movie, and I said, "So, what did you think?" And he goes, "I think I never want to see that again. So he will not be going with me."
You love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
I don't like it at all, but I'm
I'm kind
It's
of there
playing
with
it-
Keith, honestly, David.
it's playing
Really?
in IMAX, and I
Yeah.
kind of want to see it in IMAX.
I do kind of want to see it as well, but here's the thing: next
Kinda
weekend,
do. I don't want to go
next
alone though.
next weekend, Ninja Turtles 1990 comes out
I
from
know.
Fathom.
Doing that.
And
Yeah.
then before the end of the month, Batman and Batman Returns are in the Dolby Cinema. I'm going to that
Yeah.
double
Oh,
feature,
Batman
and
Returns,
Jaws is in
Yeah.
freaking IMAX. So it's like those are going to win out over Shin Godzilla.
over Shin
for me.
Godzilla. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I think it's got some great, interesting things, but as a film, a watchable film for me overall,
It's
I
not
don't think I
good.
want to pay $13
I don't-
to see it.
I don't hate it by any means, but like when it first came out, like I hosted 5 screenings of it here in Bethlehem, and I was there for like every one of them, and I was like, I'm probably good for about the next 10 years or so.
That'll
And here
work.
we
Yeah.
are.
That's a lot of
I-
Shin Godzilla.
I think
See,
I like
unlike
it
something
more
like
than I like
Final
it.
Wars, I respect Shin Godzilla. I understand why people like it. I understand why it was successful.
Me too.
I
Me
understand
too.
why it's important and significant.
It's important.
Oh, for sure.
Like, if I ever like write about it in like my Bandai reviews or something, I'm going to be positive towards it because I understand why it's important. I personally don't care for it. But that's
Yeah, that's
just
kind of
me.
how I feel.
It's not like Final Wars where I also didn't like it, but also like hated it and was like, oh, why would you like this shit? No, Shin,
Yeah.
I get it. I get why people like it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, meanwhile, and I like Shin
Simple as that.
Godzilla, but meanwhile, I took someone who likes Japanese things but wasn't a big, kaiju fan to see
Yeah.
Godzilla -1, and dude who is a bodybuilder who's won awards was crying at the end of that movie.
Well,
Because
minus
it's-
one's
because it's
minus
a
one's
fucking
just a
amazing
legitimately
movie.
amazing movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Amazing
like I
Godzilla.
tell people
Minus-
about
minus one-
It's like you
minus
could take
one.
Godzilla out of that movie, and you still got a great movie.
You know, Rich, I always tell people, non-kaiju friends or fans, I say it's a great movie that has Godzilla in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And-
Minus
Monsters
one
too.
is if you want to like -1 is like the Godzilla movie to give to if a non-Godzilla fan wants to know what the Japanese Godzilla is all about, and
It is.
and the original ones might be a tough sell because of the time they came out or whatever.
Yes.
It's like give them Godzilla -1, self-contained, same retelling of the story. Great movie.
I saw that 3 times. I saw it twice in color and once in black and white.
same here.
And now Keith, on the other hand, he loves -1. He'll watch it every time I put it in. He's like, I'll watch it anytime. So anytime I can get him to watch a movie and genuinely love it, I've already won. You know what I mean? So it's.
I think the I think the thing I like
-1
about
is my. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
no, you please. I've talked to you.
I was just gonna say -1 is my basically ultimate defense to when people tell me I like nothing new.
Me too. Me too.
No, -1. Like
yes, thank you, Mike.
I
Thank
didn't
you,
just
Mike Russo.
like it. I
love it.
love
I
-1.
love it.
-1 got me emotionally, and I was very happy when that won the Oscar, and I truly love that movie. So if someone says, Russo, you just don't like new Godzilla stuff. No, fuck you. I love -1.
Dude, they've said the same thing about me. Dopko, you don't like anything new. You're a hater. You're old school. You're a gatekeeper. No.
You just
Old
don't
man,
like American
you.
things.
Old
love
men
-1.
yelling at clouds.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. I love -1, and it's
Yes, we can see the chat.
absolutely amazing. Oh, no,
I can't see the chat.
I can't.
I know, I can.
I don't care. I'm not logged in, I don't think.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe for the next Coffee and Kaiju, we might touch on Shin Godzilla. I don't know yet. We might have we have other things in the works. We'll see.
Rich was about to say something though, and I cut him off. I don't.
Oh,
wanna
what were we gonna say,
make so he
Rich?
doesn't
You
say
said
it.
something about -1.
Me?
Yeah.
Before I cut you off, I'm sorry.
No,
Wait, what
I
is
was going to
that?
talk about Shin Godzilla. I was going to
Oh,
say
Shin.
the
Sorry, yeah, you were talking about Shin.
I think the thing, other than this awesome toy, the thing
Oh,
I
is that
probably
is
like,
that
I think, yeah, it's,
Passion Tank,
everyone's,
right?
yeah,
Oh,
everyone's
yeah,
got
I think
one of these, but he's so freaking
Dude,
big
that's
and
beautiful.
cool.
I don't have one. I
Yeah.
want
I
one
don't
so
have
bad.
one either.
It's a beautiful toy. But anyway, one of the things I like about Shin is because I'm a nerd. It was before I even saw the movie. I knew what it was about, so I read even more about Fukushima, and I kept seeing all those parallels in it. Like like when they were
100%.
feeding the whatever to crap into his mouth, and they were using those big cranes, which were the same cranes at Fukushima dealing with the disaster. I think that's what I got at. What I loved about it was very much more of that stuff. I mean, I wasn't even looking at it as a Godzilla movie. It was a
There is a lot. There's a lot to enjoy in the movie.
yeah,
Like
yeah, and I mean,
you
and
know.
I
there
totally
is.
get why people don't like it. Like the bureaucracy stuff in it can kill you. But
boring.
And there's
that
too much
too
of it.
as a-
There's
as
just
a
too much of it,
satire.
Rich. It's like I understand it, and if I lived in
Yeah.
Japan at that time and I witnessed the horrific stuff that happened, you'll understand all that. But for me, I mean, I don't need to see constant kaiju action, but it was just the same thing over and over again. And
That
it was
was
like,
weird,
and that's
yeah.
the point. And that's the point of it. That's the actual point of it.
Yeah, the point is
See
this
the
unknowable
ridiculousness
thing.
of
Nothing gets done.
Nothing gets done, and they just incessantly talk about things, and nothing gets done. But I like
Right,
the
well-
design of the monsters. I thought they were great.
The movie entertained me until the midpoint, and then it just lost me.
But I mean,
And I can sit through non-monster stuff. Like lately, I enjoyed I can watch Toho films all the way through and get something out of most scenes. But Shin just lost me and it never really won me back. It
No,
just
me neither.
yeah. So two things I'll say about Shin. More what you think about the movie. I think when he first uses his breath with the music,
It's awesome.
That's a great scene.
that 5 minutes is amazing.
Yeah.
I also say to your point, Mike, when some people talk about no kaiju action, and I'm not talking about Shin here, I'm talking about some other movies where people say, "Oh, there's no monsters in it." Well, Monster Zero had less than 20 minutes of kaiju
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
But
To
that's
me, it's
my
like
top 3.
yeah. So
Chef's
I
kiss,
see a
man.
lot of
Chef's
people in different
kiss.
movies saying, "Well, there wasn't enough monster stuff." I'm like, "Well, but it wasn't a good movie."
And then you see Final Wars where there's a lot of monster stuff, and I would rather
Yeah.
see Inspired.
You know,
There
I
isn't-
think to what other people are saying, like I wouldn't fight with someone who does not like Shin Godzilla. I can already
neither.
tell I'm the
I get it.
minority in this room. But if you like Final Wars or some of the Heisei movies, if I'm being honest, I'm going to question your sanity and.
Hey, come on! I love
Hey.
I love the Heisei movies.
There
I
I
like
like a lot of
some- I
Godzilla
mean, I
stuff in
like-
minus
there-
one,
yeah.
honestly.
There's some I really enjoy, but there's some it's like there are certain ones.
I won't argue that they're necessarily all good movies. I'm just saying I enjoy.
I'm just saying there's a couple that
I'm
are
with-
really
I'm with
popular
John.
now that I don't really understand that involve styrofoam asteroids. And
Yeah, terrible. God.
That movie's really pop. People
He might,
like, I
and he
love
might
that
be the
movie.
villain in the next MonsterVerse
A lot
movie.
of kids love Space
Oh,
Godzilla.
Jesus
Well, that's
Christ.
what
We're
we're
gonna
doing.
learn more shortly.
I don't get that.
Listen,
mean-
I mean, it's hard.
I'll take
As
space.
a
I'll
character,
I'll
There's-
take Space Godzilla any day over any MonsterVerse movie.
I think we have to
Legendary
keep
hater.
we have to keep in perspective though, like the Heisei, the original Heisei monsters like Biollante, Space Godzilla, etc. It's Destroyer. They're as old now as the Showa monsters were when
Word
they
on.
came out.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Correct.
like we were kids when those came out, essentially, or we were young adult. Like depending on who
I was a
which
kid.
one of us.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a generation of young Godzilla fans that are coming up that like are seeing this and they're like, holy crap, these are awesome. And to them, they look at them like they're like the way we looked at the classic Showa films. And your mileage can vary, but it's just it's a matter of perspective, I find.
Yeah, totally. I totally get that.
I mean, Space Godzilla as a character, not as a movie, is very popular with like younger fans. A lot of younger kids,
he's
they
cool
like
looking,
they like
for sure.
Space Godzilla.
He's very cool
Yeah, he's
looking.
cool.
Yeah.
So they're easier on the movie, I think, and a lot of younger fans absolutely put Destroyer on a pedestal as a character.
I
See,
mean,
for
like,
me,
what-
More than I think any
Godzilla-
of us did.
I would love.
Yeah, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Mecha King Ghidorah is awesome.
Hell yeah.
And the thing is,
yeah.
like, I feel
love
like
that
there's
movie.
You know,
I'm a fan
there
of-
is
Awesome.
I'm a fan of King Ghidorah. That 91.
There's
Just
so much
discussed
that-
movie on Coffee and Kaiju.
I was going to
We
say
did.
there's so much that could be done with Biollante in a modern update.
Oh hell yeah!
That was like left. You know what I mean? Like just think of all the interesting ideas you could do with like with an earthly plant monster like that was not
You
able
could
to,
definitely.
maybe
That
wasn't able to be
Biolante's
done
amazing.
back then.
I love.
Yeah, I love Biollante as a monster, like
Yeah,
both
it's awesome.
forms,
Yeah.
the rose form
All
and
right,
the final form.
gentlemen, I'm gonna cut it off now. We're gonna be done.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding.
So I guess we
yeah,
like the movies.
yeah. But yeah, if we do Shin Godzilla, you're all welcome back to discuss it. If that's what we actually discuss, because I feel like
I'd have to watch
There's
it
a good-
again.
Yeah, I'll
there's a
watch
good
it again.
discussion. There's a good
I might
discussion
go.
to be had.
I think.
Well-
Well, I think it was a good discussion we had between that and -1 if we want to have. That.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also though, I mean, a lot of times on Coffee and Kaiju, we do see that subliminal message. We do
Right.
Yeah, not like you don't have the bug up in the corner there.
I thought I was having a stroke. Good. I'm glad it's.
a lot of times on Coffee and Kaiju though, we talk about the collectibles related to the movies as well. So
Ooh.
and there are some good Shin Godzilla
oh, for
collectibles
sure.
out there, you know what I mean?
And
So
as nuts as this is to say, I would really be interested to at one point have all of us in Coffee and Kaiju talk about Final Wars. As
oh hell yeah,
crazy-
we're definitely talking
I mean,
about
that would
Final
be
Wars
an
at some point.
interesting discussion.
No, well,
I don't think you want me on that one.
I like
It'll
some
be
of
a
the
heavily-
music.
It doesn't have to be a positive discussion.
It'll be a
It's just
heavily
interesting to
downvoted
have that
video, I have a
discussion.
feeling.
Well,
The kids
actually,
will love it.
apparently Godzilla Final Wars is
It's very
has-
popular.
has a lot of
Is it?
fans. So
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
gotten easier on it over the years.
If you go to Godzilla Reddit, which definitely skews younger, Final Wars is extremely popular.
Well, I mean, in
Um,
its way, it's kind of got that Showa wrestling thing in it, just without a story.
Yeah,
Kumi
my problem isn't
Mizuno
with the
and
monsters.
Akira
All right, we can't. I
Takarada
can't do it. I can't do it
make
right
it
now, guy. I
funny.
can't do it.
I've grown to appreciate it as the last of its type, honestly.
I can't do it.
Like
Thank goodness for that.
Oh, it's too late now.
Kumi
I
Mizuno
can't
and
do it.
Akira Takarada, they save it. They give it a little bit of class that
Who
it
does?
desperately needs. Akira Takarada and Kumi Mizuno.
Oh well, yeah. Kumizuno can walk in the room.
And then
Yeah.
See, it's weird. Like I would watch it a few times on the Godzilla channel, and as the credits were rolling, I did get a weird kind of like 20. It's been over 20 years. I get the nostalgia. Like I can't believe
God
this
damn, 20
was the
years
last
already.
one. This was
Yeah.
the last one, and it still
Jesus
is the
God.
last
Yeah,
one.
but
with
even at the
practical
time, I mean,
effects.
even at the time, we were all like, "What?"
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
we were.
and, yeah,
All right.
I remember. That.
David, you said you have a stream when? Saturday?
Yes, well, actually, tomorrow I'm going to be
Tomorrow is
back.
Saturday.
Well, no, we're doing the following Saturday for Collect on
Oh,
Monsters.
the following
Tomorrow,
Saturday. Okay.
I'm going to be after like an 11-year absence on Fresh Vinyl Live. We're going to do a deep dive into Mothra versus Godzilla tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, so Rich Iso is resurrecting the old school Fresh Vinyl Live.
Yes.
It's going to be me, Leslie Chambers, Greg Betters, and Samson West. That's
Samson
4
West.
o'clock.
Damn, wow.
I know, right? Back in the day. 4 o'clock
Blast from
Pacific,
the past.
7
Live certified.
7 Eastern. Yep. And then that should be really fun. And then on Saturday the 16th, we're doing Collect All Monsters episode that we're going to talk all about books. So
Nice.
thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for asking.
Good shit. That sounds good. Dutch, what are you doing? You're going to be on the next episode of Gen X Lounge.
I guess I'm going to be on the next episode of Gen X Lounge.
That's right.
And what's the topic of that? When is that going to be?
That is recording on Wednesday,
Excellent.
7 p.m. It'll be out on Thursday. And we are going to, for our 50th episode, we are going to do a March Madness bracket of the top cartoons of the 70s and 80s. And this episode upcoming, Dutch is looking confused. Like we haven't discussed this on multiple episodes.
Yeah, but I don't fucking remember.
I know. You don't listen to me. I know. We are going to this episode. We're going to seed the episodes. So we're gonna have to pick like the number 1 seeds, the number 2.
Scooby-Doo, number 1, classic Scooby-Doo.
Well, Scooby-Doo did not come out in the 70s or 80s, David. It came out like in 1969.
Oh, you're right, 1968. You're right.
Yeah, so
damn.
So it does.
I mean, although there have been plenty of different
cut.
Scooby-Doo TV shows,
But
there
I'm talking
and I have
the
some
old,
of them.
the OG.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's 69,
the old
so
school.
it misses the
So-
cutoff. In that,
Son
doesn't
of
it?
a bitch. Yeah, it misses the cutoff.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you want to get some merch, we have a store. The link's in my YouTube profile. You can get this sweet shirt. Look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
I like the other
Mike,
one.
you will be on the next episode of Coffee and Kaiju, I assume. And you can always find Mike in the Godzilla Collectors group. And if you have a collector-related question, you should ask Mike, or you should go to Club Tokyo and ask Richard, because he is the concierge of Club Tokyo.
I'm something.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you didn't watch and you're watching it at some later date, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Everybody have a safe weekend. Adios, amigos.